I had a guy that was on my podcast once that used to be an opiate addict, and then he started taking kratom, and they were selling it as pills. And he said, well, if you take a small amount of it, it actually acts as like a stimulant, but if you take a larger amount of it, it's a different effect. So I said, how many do you take? He says, I take 10. I go, you take 10? He goes, I take 10 before I work out. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. So I took 10, and I was high as fuck. It's a weird high because it's like I felt like, I'm pretty aware of my body. So I'm like, my motor skills feel perfect.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like anything's wrong. Like I feel like I could go do stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like, like shit, like drunk or anything like that. I go, but I'm definitely affected. So what is this like? Would this affect judgment? Would this affect your reaction time? Like, I shouldn't drive like this.
But pain tolerance down, that's probably good for working out.
I guess. Is it though?
I did kind of used to like to smoke weed and work out.
I like
feel
smoking
like I
weed
could
and
do
working
more.
out. Yeah. Well, smoking weed and working out makes me feel like I know what my muscles are doing.
Yeah, you like feel every focusing more.
Fibers and shit. You know what it's really good for? Technique. Like when you learn martial arts technique, like there's certain things about like kicking a bag in particular. When I haven't smoked weed, I mean, I've been doing it my whole life, so I know how to do it. But then if I smoke weed, I feel like where the little leverage points are. I feel like where the torque comes in. I feel the weight distribution. It's like just you're more sensitive.
Just more present in your body.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
It makes you so much better at pool. It makes my pool game like there's a term in pool like a ball. Like say if we were playing 9-ball and you were better than me, you would give me the 8-ball. That means like it's a big advantage to have the 8-ball. That means I don't just win by making the 9-ball. I can make the 9-ball or the 8-ball. So that's like it gives you a ball. That means so like when I smoke pot, I'm 1 ball better. Like legitimately, I'm like 10% better easily, maybe more.
Is there any in pool like shade on taking Adderall or smoking weed, or there's no like no one cares?
Yeah, people talk shit about you, but they all do it.
Right.
Like pool players are notorious drug addicts. They're fucking.
Like cocaine's probably great for pool.
I've met more. I didn't even know drugs. I didn't really understand drug culture when I started hanging around in pool halls. Because I had gone from being a fighter to being a comedian. So in fighting, there's no drinking, no partying, no nothing. All throughout high school, I was like, very rarely did I imbibe in anything. I was all just about competition. And then I started hanging out with comedians, and the ones that were doing drugs, like, God, their life was falling apart. Like, these people. Yeah. And then I started hanging out in this pool hall, and they were all doing drugs. Everybody was doing something. There was guys doing heroin. There was guys that were crack addicts. Like one of my best friends was a crack addict.
Have you seen this video where Boozy the rapper is endorsing crack over fentanyl? Have you seen? Dude, it's...
People to stop taking fentanyl and go back to crack.
Crack. I'm promoting it. Fentanyl killing all the junkies who been junkies. I'm talking about it's killing the junkies who been junkies for forever.
Yes.
Soon as they hit it, they dead.
Right.
Crackhead, this nigga shoot threes, this nigga shoot basketball, this nigga run 100 miles, this nigga get sane, this nigga fix your car motor, been doing this for 20 years. This motherfucker still running around the neighborhood. When have you ever heard crackheads hitting the pipe and dying the first time?
Never.
Never. This fentanyl shit is different. I would much rather crack. I would much rather crack.
He's making logical sense.
I've been seeing my crackhead people for 30 years.
True.
This nigga hit fentanyl 2 times. He's gone. You never see him again.
Right.
I promote crack before fentanyl. I'm sorry.
Right. And you know something?
He's right. But by the way, he's saying that, and he looks fabulous.
He says they have power.
Anything, bro.
And they're still smoking crack, and they're still together.
They can do anything, bro. Crackhead, bro. Whatever was in crack, they gave them real powers.
Did you ever see the video of the crackhead with the kangaroo?
No, I ain't seen that.
Because you ever seen the video of the Kraken
But
with
he's
the
like
kangaroo?
covered in
No,
diamonds,
this shit
designer
junkie,
sunglasses on,
Yep.
multicolored Puma.
Crack was not killing people the same way.
He's right. He's 100% right.